Okay, so welcome to the tribe of I am at Gather. And Kimmy, you weren't here last time, right?
I was not.
Okay.
I got sucked into a time warp because I saw the message like a week late.
Yeah, well, it's all good. Unity and diversity is one of our main tenets and focuses. Is a gathering for those willing to acknowledge the impact we have on the world and take responsibility for how to move it forward. Courageous community beyond gender, religion, and borders, stronger and healthier together. And then today, and then the next one is in about a month. So we'll move to the next slide. And our description is a gathering for those willing to move our community and world forward to a better place. We've been conditioned to think of our differences as reasons for division rather than focusing on the human family and the values we share. If you are open to seeing the unity and beauty in our diversity and our imperfection, this meeting is for you. Next slide. Expect a safe space for crucial conversations grounded with healing sound, frequency, and music, motivational and inspirational messages, collaborative and open-hearted community for healing and for growth. And this tribe is the one human family. Society has made our differences into items of egotistical self-worth, but at our core, we share the same values and the same essence. We are ready to recognize the beauty in our diversity. We are ready to heal our imperfections and transform our injustices. Guided by our innate wisdom and courage, we unite beyond gender, religion, and borders, stronger, healthier together. We are a community of mutual respect, choosing to create positive change by assimilating self-evident knowledge through open conversation, inquiry, and wise action. We are willing to acknowledge and take responsibility for the impact we have on the world. And our values: love, something that is really worth defining. Just for now, I'll say love is the whole and core essence of everything it means to be human and alive in this universe. 2, humility has to do with mutual respect and an attitude of service. Vulnerability has to do with open-heartedness. Integrity has to do with integrating, which is something also along the lines of coherence and congruence. Do I mean what I say? Do I say what I mean? Do I do what I say I will do? Number 5, courageous communication. Yeah, that means being direct while still maintaining the first 4 values. Number 6, diversity. Number 7, emotional intelligence. Okay? Any questions about any of that?
Can you define love again?
Oh man, that was really off the top of my. Can you define love is, what did I say? The core and essence of what it means to be human and alive in this universe, something like that. I propose a toast. Here's to all the roads that brought us here, the shadows we're afraid of, worries that we're made of. Here's to all the storms along the way, the bridges I'm still burning, the lessons I'm still learning, the moments lose. Yeah. Okay, any thoughts about the song? Any particular line that stood out? We get to conversate. We'll just move through the songs kind of in this way.
I would say the entire song stood out to me because of just things I've been dealing with lately and tear in my eye because I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the song I had to hear.
Well,
So thank you. I've never even heard this song before.
you're welcome.
The message is clear.
The message is clear, and she said, "This is the song I have to hear." It's nice to just start off with something kind of light, but and just talks about this journey that we're all on. Any other thoughts? I like being able to propose a toast to life. Here's to love and here's to life. And also the idea of to fighting side by side, which might be something of a lost art these days. So we don't have to, if you're not in the military or don't have family in the military, you may not often think about what it's like to fight side by side with someone actually, you know?
And bonds that won't be severed. That one really resonated.
Bonds that won't be severed. That seems like something that's true to a tribe, an attitude and characteristic that I hope to see become a reality through the tribe of I am. Okay, next slide. We'll just take 60 seconds. We're just going to ground for 60 seconds and then we'll move into the next song. Okay, and we'll go to the next slide and I'll just quickly tell you that the message today is titled Working for Money Instead of to Live. And it's actually a line from the next song, which is called Paper Green. It's an original song that I wrote some years ago. Let's see, I wrote it in the winter of 2018. I was kind of searching for the theme, you know, for the last week or two. And finally, yesterday, I landed on this yesterday. It was a lot of work suddenly. It's like, okay, there's the theme. Let's go. Let's put it together. A complete stranger, again, because if you were here last time, you heard me talk about two people. One person said, I make a lot of money and I'm so unfulfilled. And another person, that person was an associate of mine who I've known for years. We, at that point, when that happened, didn't know each other super well, but we'd known each other for years. And then a complete stranger, just someone I passed by in the coffee shop, finally introduced themselves, and they ended up saying within 2 minutes, I'm so tired of working for money. And then yesterday, a complete stranger, we just kind of, it was a meet cute situation where we just kind of met and it was like, whoa. And within 5 minutes, that person said, I'm taking a break from trying to keep up with the money-making culture. I'm just tired of it. I'm taking a break and I'm doing my own thing and I'm trying to get unstuck. And that was one of the people who said that they were excited about this, but weren't sure if they would be able to make it. So it was like, man, as the tide is shifting, our last message last month was reflection and apocalypse. The reflection and the apocalypse ask us to look at ourselves as individuals and as a collective community to like, okay, there's a sickness going on and all the symptoms of the sickness are becoming evident in a lot of different ways, but we'll just label them all under the umbrella of politics right now. And the apocalypse, the word means an unveiling. So it's being revealed, right? This is an apocalyptic time that's saying you've let all these things slide, and now you're a sick culture, and these are the consequences. This is the result of ignoring things for so long and trying to just find your security by work, be productive. But that doesn't actually work. It doesn't work for a society that wants to be healthy, for a culture that wants to move on into perpetuity. Working for money doesn't actually get you there. The promises that you're told, um, call it the American dream, call it retirement, call it all these things. Did you not see how the world came to a halt 5 years ago? This working for money doesn't work. How many more times must the earth be shaken for you to wake up and realize that things need to change? I'm saying all this because I keep running into these people, right? Complete strangers who are just ready to say it. And it's showing that the tide is there, the shift is there, and it's begging us all to think creatively. Which, if you know anything about my life, when COVID hit, I took the jump, I took the leap, and it's been a fun ride, but I would not change it. I'm so much happier than I was trying to keep up with my 9 to 5. Okay, so the next song is Paper Green. Working for money instead of to live. She's leaving the grocery store with chips and bread. So many things within her grasp. She can't grasp the things that will truly last. 9 to 5 treating her savagely, hoping and waiting for her way to break free. Imprisoned by fear, she punch every day. Credit score bureau, she better obey. 2, 3, trading their life away for paper green. Yeah, thank you. Oh, music, it just touches my heart. All right, next slide. Any thoughts about the song, Paper Green?
Yeah, I have some thoughts. I thought it was pretty interesting. I had mentioned at the meeting last Sunday with Sean and Ivan. I thought, wow, those are two very solid points on money. One was extreme left, the other one was extreme right. And then I found myself, I mean, like throughout my life so far, one side like Sean, then the other side like Ivan, and then after like living a little more and like experiencing some things, it's like man, um, it's like in the middle there. But I like the fact of like you had mentioned like working 9 to 5 jobs and then like you step away and you see like the more broader view of life and you start learning new things and seeing things um, not in the same way, excuse me, viewing money not as the same way and like living for it, I guess. It is a lot more freeing in my experience so far. But at the same moment, not, like, fuck money, like, you need money. So I don't know, I'm kind of finding my middle way there, but I like it. I really do right
Nice,
now. So
nice.
I'm working my way in mind thinking view on how to see money properly and
Mm,
not like living for it. So yeah, I like that song.
thank you. I like how you said finding your middle way. I was like, oh, that sounds like a little, sounds like something I've heard before. The middle way. Yeah, I think there's a revolutionary approach to, mm, well, Mainly this, knowing that my value or your value is not related to how much money you make or if you make any at all.
Well, that's where I'm not there yet. And I think I read that while we were setting up and stuff, and I was like,
Mm,
it's almost weird
yeah,
saying that,
uncomfortable.
especially as a man.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know,
right.
but I hear it, and like what you're saying. I don't understand it though. I'll be honest, I don't understand it.
Mm,
So it's like, man, I don't know. But excuse me, within myself, not
mm-hmm,
society.
mm-hmm.
Forget what society says. How I love myself, and it's
Yes.
like you don't make money. It's like once again, it's like, well, like what are you doing? You're a man, right? So
Right,
it's like, what are you
right,
supposed to be doing?
right.
So it's like, wow, is there a value within my? And it's funny because I was on the phone with my dad, and he had said something I had scored, and he was like, dude, without the score, like I love you, like
Mm,
regardless.
right.
And it didn't even register until like months later, and I was like, that's weird. Why did he say that?
Mm,
But yeah, that was really awesome. When you had just said it, made me think about that.
mm,
So
mm-hmm. Any other thoughts
So
about it?
money, I do not believe drives my sense of self-worth, but it does help with comfort because I like to keep the lights on and have the electricity, the heat, the food in the fridge. So I don't know how to live without the paper green.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I would love to, because earlier this morning I was sitting at my job thinking, man, I wish I could just afford to quit my job and fly to India and just like learn everything in every spiritual workshop possible.
Mm-hmm.
But my rent is due in a couple of weeks, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep on working.
Yeah, that's it. Like we all understand the necessity to pay bills, and it's like, well, what is this asking of us? Um, what is it asking of us? I think it could be asking us to just be open to all possibilities. That maybe there's a supply that has nothing to do with going to work and considering the possibilities. What does that mean? In an infinite universe, we know there is something called source or something called supply, capital S, right? That has nothing to do with my ability to wake up and go to a job or not. So how do I tap into universal source, universal supply? It doesn't mean I don't go to work just because that source or supply exists either. It's like a marrying of the two things. Is there something about my passion, my vision, my aspirations that could drive me to that connection? Or will I let my fear of the bills keep me from connecting my dreams and aspirations to the source? It's like the two things can't coexist. You get one or the other. So what is it asking of you and you and you and me? Like it's gonna look, it could look different, I guess. It's gonna look different. But just being like maybe curious. Okay, give me the vision. Help me see something in a different way. And of course, we don't have to get crazy, meaning that doesn't mean I'm quitting my job tomorrow. Unless it does, that's up to the journey that you're on, right? The final thing that I think I'll say about it is we're here to live. And if we are up to anything on a continual basis that is not allowing us the chance to live, we just have to maybe consider if I'm here to live, but for example, the 3 people I told you about are saying they're really unhappy or they knew they were becoming unhealthy related to their place of work or how they do work, then that's our own body's intuition saying, you got to change something. And will we listen or won't we? Because source and supply is going to tap into the body probably before we let the logical mind go there. That's how we are, right? Humans, we have to be brought to our knees before we'll surrender sometimes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to unravel. I think there's the scarcity mindset. I think there is, right, like not having enough. I think there's the change of relationship with money, from I need to just questioning that. Do I need money? Do I need money or do I need food? You know what I mean? Like it's just
Right.
questioning those beliefs that are societal, cultural. So they're kind of like connected, right? Like you said, like, society believe that's what they believe, but like for me, it's, well, where did you hear that from? Who told you that? Who told you your value came from how much money you made, or that masculinity or being a man means making money and providing? Like, because you didn't tell you that. Who told you that, right? So it's like digging down and trying to find the beginnings of that thread and questioning the validity of it, and then the scarcity. I think there's a lot that's against us, and that like there have been so many ways that energy has been either cheaply made or could be free, and it's not. So it's just like this.
There you go.
Just like these things working against us to keep us in this. Oh, you want to be comfortable? You need to make money.
Right.
Money need to work for us. So it's there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and our value isn't in what we can do or how much we can make. It's our value is like inherent in our birthright. Like we are here, so we are valuable. Like
yes.
This life is valuable.
With that value comes the innate wisdom. It was one of the things on one of the earlier slides about we have the innate wisdom, and the wisdom workshop is coming up. So I'll be saying a lot more about the role she plays and all of that. I'm super excited. Our fear is our culture hands us the fear, but it's time to just let go of that, because wisdom is crying out to everyone. And that's why the discomfort and the dissatisfaction is more and more evident. It's the voice of wisdom saying it's time for a change, and I didn't bring you here for less. So understand that there is more actually available, but you can't hold this and that at the same time. You got to let go of the old to move into the new. Okay. Any other thoughts before we go into silence for 60 seconds? Okay. We'll go for it. Oh, okay. Thank you. And we come back, and working for money instead of to live, reflection and apocalypse, the feeling of collapse, the feeling of dissatisfaction, the feeling of being stuck. It's all moving forward to something better. We must go through to emerge anew. The next song is Collapse. We're on the verge. It's the last nerve. There's something left beyond expectation of judgment. What once was true, and once held so dear, are now mediocre chasings that lead nowhere but to emptiness and self-righteousness. Everything is fine, and yet we're all still dry, wondering and wondering where to go. Yeah. On the water. Yeah. Ah, what a song. It's so bizarre to write music months or years ago and then like in hindsight be like, whoa, like how is that applicable like right now today for like the whole of society? I didn't see that coming. It's fun. Voice of the tribe. Any thoughts on collapse? Any feelings?
Felt good.
Felt good.
Mine about God being your money, or your God being money.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list of axioms around money that I have as like my personal beliefs, and at the top of that list is the love of money is the root of all evil.
Okay.
That I like money,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't love it. And I think that, because I'm in finance, that's my profession. So I've seen a lot of stuff in the world of money, in corporate meetings. I have seen entire personalities go sideways over greed. So the love of money, I believe, is the root of all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil. You know that passage is, I think it's in the book First Timothy, and which is in the Bible,
And is often misquoted.
and is often misquoted. Yeah, right. As money is the root of all evil. Yes, the love of money is the root of all evil. And the key word being love, which was one of our values, and the core tenet of those ancient Hebrew scriptures is love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. So to love money is a direct conflict with the principle of love is the connection, like the relationship of who I am to the I am. That's the love relationship. And understanding that I am is one. It's not separate.
Yeah, I also tiptoe into that too, like, and I just learned it. Money is the root of all evil, but I think money things that like can bring out more of what is already there, and I think the love of anything could be the root of all evil if you're looking for it externally. If you're looking for like the love of complaining, we do that through complaining, right? That's how we do people. So I think the love of anything external could be.
Absolutely. And no, go ahead. I once looked up the word God in the dictionary, like the OED Oxford English Dictionary, where it's many pages of definition of God, and my takeaway was supreme reality. So anything that you place as your supreme reality, whether it's gossip or complaining or money, it shifts your focus away from the I am.
Anything that you place as extreme reality,
Like your supreme reality.
as your supreme reality, could be the root of all evil. It's interesting to be clear about this. The root of all evil is a very different thing than just saying the root of evil for me. The root of all evil, I think, is a very direct statement. It's a very purposeful statement that kingdoms and nations rise and fall, and it's definitely centered around money. So even though money may not be my first love, there might be something else that is my first love. And what will I do about that? I think it's an important question. What will I do about that? Because nothing lasts. Nothing lasts. So I think the encouragement from ancient wisdom is to find love in the thing that will always last, because nothing else does. Yeah. And back to that I amness, right? Like that is the thing that lasts. That is the thing that will never run out. There's plenty of it across the planet and throughout the universe. Any other?
Evil is an interesting concept too. Just like, what is evil? Or is it just a thing? Is it just something that somebody does, right? Like we are the only thing on the planet that gets to choose how it feels about something, right? Like an oak tree doesn't feel like it needs to be a maple tree, and a dog doesn't think that it needs to be a chair, right? Like we are the only things that choose how we, or like that we're upset about something.
Right. What is evil?
Yeah, and Greg Braden talks about like, what does he say? That our purpose in life is to transcend limiting beliefs. Is like our purpose, like transcend limiting beliefs, realize that we are our own divinity. And evil is anything that tries to deny your divinity, right? So is it life affirming or is it life disaffirming? It's a very easy yes, right? Like, is this thing going to give you more life, or is this thing going to squelch your life?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I was going to say live in evil, right? How do we know what's evil? Does it promote life or not? That's how you know which one is evil.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for referencing here, I'm so excited.
Yes. The tribe. It's real. I love it. Okay, we'll go into being again and we'll have another song. Okay, we're going to a song called Stupid Deep. I thought this song was appropriate because actually, I'm just going to sing it and then we'll talk about it. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Just going to look through the sheet real quick. You guys know, I don't know if you know, one of the things I studied in college was music performance. So to perform music means a big deal to me. And to even have to say, I just played this for the first time today is like, it's a vulnerable thing. Yeah, it's like, because you just, typically that's just not how it goes. You typically rehearse a whole bunch and make sure everything's all ironed out. So it's nice to release that and just go with the gift that I've been given, which is to be able to learn a song in a day, right? I should just be grateful for that and not place any pressure or expectations on myself about it. Okay, so here we go. What if who I hoped to be was always me? And the love I fought to feel was always free. What if all the things I've done, yeah, were just attempts at earning love, yeah? 'Cause the hole inside my heart is stupid deep, stupid deep. What if where I've tried to go was always here? And the love I tried to cut was always clear, the path I've tried. Why has life become a plan, yeah, to put some money in my hand, yeah? 'Cause the hole inside my heart is stupid deep. Okay, let's open it up. What do you guys think? I should say, okay, now I'll say I chose this song because it was so easy for us to jump on the path that was given to us. And I'm just thinking as we grow and parents, guardians, grandparents, society, the world, bullying, we're like, it's not really a choice. It's not a choice because we just, it's the love. It's what's the line? What if all the things I've done were just attempts at earning love? This is the track everyone's on, then that must be the right thing, because how else am I going to be a part of the group, or how else am I going to fit in if I don't just do it? And they're saying this is the way to success, so I probably just have to do it, right? And it's a complete innocent thing, you know? And also, if I wanted to manipulate, this is the most malicious, dark, devilish thing I could say. If this is a hypothetical I, wanted to manipulate the whole world into doing things the way we do them, I would hold this in mind. They just want to belong. So create a system in which they don't even realize that their belonging is forcing them away from their own self, their own intuition, their own connection to source.
Happy people are hard to control.
Say that again.
Happy people are hard to control.
Happy people are hard to control.
Because happy and like people who are in love with themselves are just so hard to control. Like we can't touch it really. I wondered why I was so fascinated with people who were in concentration camps, like the people who survived and the people who had the mental fortitude to make it through, and they had hope, but they also just like kept their inner world safe.
Yes.
Like everything literally outside of them was completely out of their control. What made them different? What gave them the hope? What was it that helped them to survive? And it's that you can't, none of us can control what's going on outside of us. It's an illusion. And yeah, it's fascinating to me. The internal world, and not that, I don't know that they were happy, but they created moments of happiness with each other.
Yep. And so this title, Stupid Deep, is referring to how the hole inside our heart can be, I'm saying how the hole inside of our heart can be manipulated, but it also gives us a clue into how unique and how amazing we are. We are so deep. We are that deep. We're so deep that we could be manipulated in that way, but the depth is also so powerful that we can rise out of it and awaken and say, wait a minute, something's not right, And I think as far as referring to reflection and apocalypse and the shift in consciousness and birthing pains, like this is the journey of how we can realize how deep we are. Like, man, like, how someone says, that's deep, right? But has anyone said, you're deep? You're deep. And have you ever thought about your own self in that way? I'm deep, which means there's a whole lot more to me, right, than what meets the eye.
Really great question. Have you ever thought about how deep you are? Because like literally, I'm like, yeah, I'm deep, and most people can't hold my depth. It's just surrounded by shallow.
Yeah, I think when we hear that's a lot, I'm like, you're too much.
Oh,
It's like,
intense. The
you're
first time
intense.
someone said I was intense, I was like, oh, that explains a lot. But what's wrong with that? Like, if I'm too much, maybe you're not enough.
Yeah, go find less.
Exactly, that sounds.
I think the other thing too is like sometimes when we're seeking the answers to what's wrong with me or how do I fix or how do I get to this place of peace, it's like we do all these things, right? Like we find a guru, we learn Reiki, we take up yoga, we quit everything, and like there's all these things that we do, and I think, and still even people don't find the love that they're looking for, and I think it's because sometimes the answer is so simple, is that like we are the love that we're looking for, and like who is looking for the love is inside of us, like it's already there. So sometimes the answer is so simple that it just seems so unbelievable.
Yeah.
It can't just be that. There's gotta be like a labyrinth that I have to completely lose.
Yeah. You mean just love myself? Just love love.
Just, yeah.
Just sit and love everything.
I love it, she said. So then, stupid deep. Also, it's mysterious and it's fun at the same time. That this great intelligence that I will forever refer to as I am decided to hide itself within. I'll just stop there. Decided to hide itself within. And so we search every single place, and we'll jump on airplanes to go across the world, searching. And it's like, the question mark is you. Stop and just take a look in the mirror. Say that again. Loving ourselves.
The answer is within, and at the same time, a lot of people don't feel comfortable in their own skin, in the quiet, in the alone with themselves. And it surprises me how many people I met who don't love themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's confused with ego too, right? Like we create this ego shroud of like how we learn how to belong, right? Like there's all these things, these coping mechanisms that we create. It's like people might convolute or, love yourself is like love your ego version of you, and it's like your true essence. Like love your true essence of you. Once you part the clouds, once you clear all the gunk and like get rid of everything that you think that you are, like that's you are love. Like that is what you are. And people are just like, this is how I am. Like I love myself. And it's like, okay, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Introspection.
What is that self?
And yeah, it's self with a lowercase s. Self with a capital S instead of,
My thoughts are, I have a few, but I'm just going to try to narrow it down to one. This is how I am. It's an interesting sentence to me. Equal to, I'm just going to jump to it because my mind is all over the place. The word love, culturally, we use love as a verb, but it's a noun. So, and Adrian said it, you said the verb version of love and you said the noun version of love when you said you have to love yourself, verb. And then you said you have to realize you are love, noun. Right? I am just is. There is no how. This is how I am. What is that? I am just is. God just is. There is no how to that, So when people say, how are you? If you ask me that, you probably get an interesting answer from me where I kind of chuckle, and because I'm thinking through the question, like, how do I answer this? Because there is no how to this. To me, I'm so in touch with that, capital T, that there is no how to it. And plus, how is a form of how, meaning what was the process? What's the process? How? It's a silly question if you think about the words. How are you? It's like, well, I have a mom. I was born one day. Like, you know, that's how. So, yeah,
That question,
yeah, yeah. It's a total brain, like, whoa, It's like we're saying these words all the time and constantly creating the illusion, or we could affirm the reality, capital T, capital R, and say, like, the point in asking how are you is actually, what was your day like? So that's what I'll say to a person. I won't say how are you. I'll say, what was your day like? Are you having a good day? Like, I'll be more specific. It seems like specificity in my mind, though, to the person listening in this culture, they don't care, right?
Words are important.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. Yeah, for sure.
I've never thought of that before, the how are you, but I have a habit of responding to that particular question with doing, which I always get really weird responses from people like, how are you doing? Doing.
I'm doing.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the values was love, right? And it's really cool to have that word pop up again and again throughout our time together, because it is the essence of I amness. And if we can stay in touch with love as something that we are rather than something that we try to do, we're really pushing the boundaries. We're moving the world forward way faster, or upward, if you want to say that, way faster, by remembering. And then, but even what does that mean to be love? We really have to understand the characteristics of love, which I did a series on maybe a year and a half ago, but and I write about it in probably all of the books I've written. I feel very fortunate to have the ancient language background, and that's why I think about words the way I do. And the whole, like, redefining words is just a way of saying our culture has redefined the words. So my version of redefining is just getting back to what the words actually mean. Yeah, realigning. Yeah, yeah. So Tribe of I Am dinner on the 11th, Thursday night. You all have an invitation already, so you don't need to email me. We already talked about December 18th is the next time we're here. And the wisdom workshop is not mentioned here, but you all have an invitation to the wisdom workshop, which is December 5 and 6, Friday and Saturday. And there's the 2 preliminary talks on Sunday the 30th that are happening, on Sunday morning the 30th and Sunday afternoon the 30th, which kind of will give us a foundation for the workshop. I'm super excited about it, because even with the random people that I'm bumping into, somehow something about masculinity or femininity comes up. And so it's giving me the opportunity to think, process, study on how all of it works together. Wisdom is the most important thing on the planet. And when I refer to wisdom, I'm talking about her, sacred femininity. And she is the typical definition that we would use of the word wisdom. That is her wisdom, right? You might think of a sage or a guru, like someone who has tons of experience and is wise. She's the very epitome and essence of what that is. And she's multifaceted. It is amazing, and how the masculinity plays a role with the way she expresses is huge. It cannot be ignored. It will definitely be understated because it's at universal scale throughout all levels of consciousness. And I'm super excited to talk about it. It's going to give us a lot of opportunity for healing and deep conversation, and probably some frustration as well, meaning things that need to be healed, you know. So yeah,